Now we've had some big trades in the last we've had some big trades to start the season off, right?
Yeah, so we definitely had a couple of trades. Let me pull some of this stuff up here. The
Well, the
biggest
first one we can
one,
talk about is
my boy Wiseman. Can't believe that Bulls let Wiseman go for what seems to me a bunch of nothing. I'm wondering if he's regretting that Harden trade because I don't think Harden is putting up good numbers for him. But Wiseman got sent over to the Sixers for Harden, John Butler Jr., who's a center. I think Sixers put a decent amount of upgrades into him. Zaire Smith, average guy, and Gordon Hammond's another average guy. So
no. Hammonds is he's the most non-center I've ever seen. He has like a 40 interior defense, like 50 rebounds, like he's
yeah,
tough. All
yeah,
right. And then the Bulls, the Sixers didn't give up a lot. The Bulls gave up a lot.
yeah,
The Bulls got hustle,
yeah, for sure,
like
for sure.
like hustle man, hustled him out. If y'all have seen Martin, hustle man came in
Yeah,
and
got him.
took not only Wiseman. I think DJ Stewart is a
Yes,
serviceable point guard,
very
as
good,
well as I think Trendon Watford is underrated as well.
for sure, for what he brings.
For
And I'm
for
really,
Harden,
this trade
Har-
really should have been James Wiseman for everybody else. I can't believe
or
he helped Stewart and Watford.
or a Wiseman for Harden straight up.
Yeah, that's probably what it.
Um,
Well, even that is
I
so bad.
also I don't know if the Bulls went and looked at Harden's stats
Hmm.
because I know you're not a big Harden guy.
I'm not. Well, that's only because I'm not like the best ISO God player. Kind of need to have some stick to play with Harden. So
Harden's 36. He has a $51 million cap hit right now.
yeah,
He only has one Hall of Fame badge now, which is volume shooter. I mean, he has a fair amount of
gold and
golds.
silver. Yeah,
He doesn't have dimer or for a general or anything. So I mean, if he's playing point guard, I kind of expect that out of my point guard. But I think we both can agree that Wiseman 76ers hustled him
yeah, for sure. Wiseman is an
out of
easy 16 and 10, 16 and 9 guy. I mean, effortlessly, he'll give you these stats. And Harden, you got to work very hard now to get 15, 16 points. He's not going to get you all the assists. And Wiseman is just, for me anyway, was just super dominant when I had him. Very easy
it
to
could have.
play.
I mean, it could have also be. I mean, if you think about it, like big men aren't very appealing to play with in general.
Yeah,
Everyone likes a three ball. Everyone likes to ISO
yeah,
ball. That could have been a factor. We don't know, but
yeah.
you always have to have a good big man. So it kind of is what it is. He's still playing, which is nice because we have people who come in and make trades, don't like that trade, so then they stop playing or leave the league.
Well, I
So
mean, let's be clear. Bulls is still having a pretty solid season. So
is
it's not like, he made the trade and now he's starting to lose all over the place. So he still had solid backup centers. I think he has like a 7-2 guy. Uh,
yeah, he's got Cameron something. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So like he had a player to replace Wiseman essentially, and Wiseman was making a lot of money. I guess he just wasn't getting the production that he was hoping for. But I think you could have got more for Wiseman. But whatever.
I think that he could have got a lot more for Wiseman.
Yeah. So
Also, all right.
no, yeah, I was just gonna kind of move on to the next trade. It was
Well, I was going to mention really quickly that Harden's averaging 9 points a game right now on
yeah, 50
35%,
million dollars, 9 points
30,
a game,
36% from the
inefficiency.
field.
Very tough, very tough. That's very tough. Um, so yeah, I think the next big trade is this Raptors and Warriors trade. This is depending on how you look at it, depending on the
Ah,
detail. I think it's kind of for me personally, I am not making this trade. I like RJ Hampton way too much. So Raptors was able to get RJ Hampton, Thibault, and Markkinen for De'Aaron Fox, Mobley, and Hero. So I think that Hero is overrated in a sense with a lot of people because you have to play a certain type of way for him to be good. I think the Heat play with him pretty well. I think Raptors obviously play with him pretty well. But a lot of people are just not going to take enough shots, enough threes to make him worth it. Um, Mobley lost a couple of badges in the offseason, lost silver intimidator down to bronze, lost a couple others, I believe. So he's still very good. Obviously, stretch four, will definitely hit shots for you. And then De'Aaron Fox, no shooting badges really, just very, very fast, lightning fast, finishes well on inside. So he does match Rob's play style, but I just feel that RJ Hampton is way too good to just give up. You have Hampton and Bowl. You can make a lot of noise with just those two players. Very hard to guard, pick and roll, pick and pop. There's just so many things that you can do with RJ. So, personally, I didn't love it, but he did get rid of marketing. I know he's trying to shop marketing for a while. So I guess
But
yeah, it worked
but
out.
but so I didn't understand. I understood the trade, but I didn't understand the trade. I understand he wants to get rid of Laurie. Laurie's on his last year of the deal,
Right, he was gone anyway.
so he was gone anyway. So if you have a bad contract, I mean, wait for it. Don't just try to shop out. In your sense of, I think that a lot of people look at players and think that they can immediately do the same thing
Yeah,
that they do for a certain team, if that makes sense.
yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I think a lot of people see Raptors playing well with a certain player. They think they can do the exact same thing for me. Raptors is above all of us, I would say, in stick skills. He plays very well. He knows ins and outs. All right. I think there's certain other players in the league where you look at them and be like, hey, I can do the exact same thing. And then you go and you sign this player for more than what is offered, and they don't do what you want them to do. All right. But I agree with you. I think that the Warriors gave up too much. I think that Fox is good. Fox does not scare anybody.
Yeah,
Um, I think Mobley can be very good in the right hands.
yeah,
Um, and I think that Hero, I like Hero more than you.
yeah,
I think he's kind of foolproof if you can play well. But I don't think those equal RJ Hampton. To get a 6'5" point guard for 4 years who's still 25 and shouldn't really regress anytime soon. Um, he has no Hall of Fame badges, but he has a ton of gold badges. I think that's a lot, in my opinion, to give up. I don't think it's nearly as much. I do think Raptors won the trade, but I think it's closer than what you give him credit for.
fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. So yeah, that was an interesting one. And then I think what might be the biggest trade so far is the let me see here, the Wolves and the Nuggets. So the Wolves was able to land Kevin Durant, trading off Jason Tatum, Christopher Lockett, and a first round pick, which is essentially worthless. But the Nuggets had been struggling with KD in the playoffs year after year, missing some pretty big shots with him. So maybe he was just trying to switch it up a little bit. Um, I thought it was a wild trade. Like Kevin Durant still is very good. I don't think he really regressed in the offseason. Like hands down better than Tatum, in my opinion. I thought it was a pretty wild trade on the Nuggets' part. So with this and the Wolves' stick skills, you know, it's definitely going to shake up things in the playoffs for sure. Kevin Durant is an impact player. Hard to play wrong with him. You can play him as a spot up shooter. You can play him as a slasher. Play him as your main ball handler. It just doesn't matter. He's just a bucket. So that's a huge trade,
That
huge bonus for the Wolves.
I understand why the Nuggets made the trade. Durant's 37. He's probably lost some badges. I mean, that's to be expected. But it is. He said that he's not making his normal shots. Um, it's still Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
He's still 6'10" small forward. I understand he's 37. He's on the last year of his deal. I get that, but my man has 6 Hall of Fame badges, 13 gold badges, 8 silver badges, and 13 bronze badges. So he may not play as well as he did a couple of years ago, which is understandable. But he doesn't even have to be your first or second scoring option.
especially on that
You could
Nuggets
have
team.
brought him exactly. You could
Yeah,
have brought him off of your bench to run that second unit.
yeah,
But I know Creed typically doesn't like to play his players equal minutes, so I understand that. But I probably would not. I definitely would not have made this trade for Tatum. Tatum is good. Don't get me wrong. Tatum is good,
yeah,
but he's not Kevin Durant level. I understand. Maybe he's concerned that he's going to retire or something, and he wanted to get something. I might only get 1 year of LeBron, and I gave you know 3 future first round picks.
yeah,
All right. But then again, when you're in a win now mode, I think Durant's that ultimate piece to help you win that championship.
yeah.
So I personally think it was a bad trade as well. I think it was a great trade for the Wolves. But then you get Tatum for, I think it's 4 years,
Maybe
4 year
five
deal.
even. I don't.
It's a 4 year deal. It's a
Okay.
4 year deal. So you get 30 years for him. He's 28. So I get it. But Tatum only has silver clamps now. He has no gold playmaking skills. He has 3 gold badges. Um, his Hall of Fame badge is Green Machine and a Hot Start. So I don't really like the trade that much.
Yeah,
But here we are. I mean, Tatum is Tatum. He's going to play well. It doesn't hurt the Nuggets, in my opinion. I think it helps the Wolves more than it hurts the Nuggets,
yeah.
if that
I,
makes
I,
sense.
I I can agree with that. I think it does help other people playing against the Nuggets because now you don't have to worry so much about Kevin Durant, Tatum. I think a lot more people in the league can guard Tatum than there are people in the league that that can guard KD. So, I mean, we'll see how that shakes out for him in the playoffs. I think that kind of leads us to our last segment, our current playoff predictions after seeing a little bit of action in the league now, huh?
Hold on. Wait. Who's living up to your expectations right now?
Oh, well, that's pretty easy. I mean, I knew that the Spurs are going to come in and ball. I knew the Nuggets were going to come in and ball. Celtics, Pistons for me, I knew that they were going to be good. Mavs, obviously, you're doing your thing, and the Knicks.